sit back here.
Yeah, Will's, I don't know. Will's kind of out of the scene, though.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, you're in the corner. All right, so this is episode 2 of Raw Tracks. Guess what? We have no tracks. Why?
Is it raw?
No. So we're all right. I'm gonna lay this out. I've had Pro Tools problems and Mac problems and not converter problems, but Pro Tool and Mac problems. It's like it's been interdimensional torture. I can't even explain it, but we're on the precipice of greatness. I want to document. Okay, so it started a couple of weeks ago when my sub blew, and I had to go say, I'm asking and buy another sub. That was easy. It's just $400 later. Click, and you're beautiful. But we have been having problems with our studio computer, and I've had the amazing gift of working with a guy, an avid tech and a Pro Tools, Mac expert, actually in Austria. I cannot recommend this guy enough. His name is Anders Motes. If anybody needs his info, hit me up. I'll give it to you. He's amazing, and he's a good dude. He's smart as a whip. And we have managed to keep the rig going while it's really been wounded. So, and in the midst of all of this, I've had 2 back-to-back weeks with people in from California. So 2 weeks ago, I had in for the week a girl from Sacramento, and last week I had a dude in from LA. And the level of stress, it's kind of like, I can't even explain it. But the thing that came out of this is something's blinking on the phone. Oh, it's some kind of like, I don't know what that is. It's some kind of I don't know what that is. It's like, I think it's an internet thing. It's not it's okay because it's probably, I've got it set up where it can go onto the app. It's just annoying. All of a sudden I thought something was blinking. I'm like, what's blinking on the desk? I'm blind, so that's like, anyway. So, that's it. It has been unbelievable with the rig not running, not syncing, Pro Tools crashing. And I've had a lot of other weird things. Just yesterday I came in. It's like everything Apple in my life is disintegrating. I've been having problems with my phone. Mm-hmm. Okay. My laptop, which is a new MacBook Pro that's been perfect, has been going black occasionally. Like yesterday it went black, and the day before it went black. Like you unplug the power and it just goes black. And then you hit something and it comes back. I'm like, uh-oh, what's that? Almost as though the battery is getting wonky. And then yesterday I came in and my iPad that's here that we run the Eventides with was dead. Now this thing is always plugged into power, and it was on all day yesterday while you were here.
Yeah.
So I think the thing to do is that when we're not using it, keep it off. I think it was just maybe overheated it or something. I don't know. Okay. But that was that. I'm not blaming them. I mean, we just leave it on. But so I can't even get into this, what's going on with Pro Tools, because it's just beyond Thunderdome. But I've switched every cable. I've tested the computer. I've tested Pro Tools. I've tested the HDX card. I've just tested the Apogees. I've tested sync cables. I've tested, like, I bought software, Tech Tool Pro 13, to run a system check on the computer. Testing, just you name it. It's been tested. And I'm feeling testy. You like that?
Yeah.
See that? Look, I'm dressing like Will. So, all right. So here's the takeaway from all this. Also, I've separated my guitar rig from the studio, and we have an isolation transformer. Because in the midst of all this, all of a sudden my guitars are buzzing. I mean, I'm not kidding you. My car died. And I had a dude come out and try to fix it, and he stole $300 from me. And then a friend of a friend came out to look at it, who he ultimately fixed it. But he looked at all the stuff this dude supposedly bought he didn't buy anything. He just stole my money. So through all of this, and then obviously prior to this, this has been a defining 2 months. And my mom passed away. That was the mom passing away was so weird and intense. And then car problems, and then this, and then, the studio like falling apart. And so, but the thing is not running to things to make me feel better, not running to drink, not running to party, not running to food, right? Towing the line. Through it, I had a spiritual awakening. And that's the good news. And I started studying Stoic philosophy. And that has really helped me. I've started a serious morning routine. I'm journaling. And I started reading. I'm reading. I'm not doing this on Audible. I'm actually reading. You got to get this book. Mm-hmm. Bruce Lee, The Art of Expressing the Human Body. It's basically a book written by his friends. I think there's an author, like a main writer, but it was put together by all his friends and his ex-wife from his training logs. Bruce Lee wrote everything down. Mm. He had every single mile he ran, everything he did. He wrote it all down. So I've been reading it, and anyway. So all this stuff is going on with the studio. It's looking like we're going to get a new setup here. It's ridiculously expensive. Looking at the full-blown iMac i9, just like he bought. 64 gigs of RAM. 2 terabyte SSD drive built in, like ripped out. I've got the HDX card chassis. I'm gonna dump my UAD Octo card and just get the Octo satellite, the new Thunderbolt 3 satellite, and I'm gonna get a little RAID system for the, and everything's gonna be better, and in theory, right, and I'm going to get an Avid HDIO and just clean sweep. It's going to take a few weeks because they got to build the computer. But if everything goes well, we'll be ordering everything tonight. It's a little scary. It's a little weird, but, my dad says he who hesitates is lost. You know what I mean? Like, it just reaches a point where it's like I've got to get it together with this. So the whole thing with this Raw Tracks is it's going to be following the whole thing of us writing and recording songs and making beats and mixing and getting guitar sounds. It's going to be more player-oriented, more music-oriented. It's not going to be as much product-oriented. I'm not trying to sell pedals and, the 10 things to make you, that stuff is bourgeois to me. It's just not my thing. Anybody that says the 5 things, it scares me. Because like Jocko Willink says, anybody that says the 5 things to success and 10 things to get you to, actualize your potential. He says, when people do that, he says, to me, it's not that. He said, it's a campaign. That's what Jocko Willink says. He says, getting better is a campaign. It's not the one thing. It's a campaign. It's not the 10 things. So anyway, but I get it. That's how they get people to click on their stuff, because they put pictures like this that look, they look like, the 10 ways to mix Bruno Mars song, and then everybody clicks on it because they want to know. They just want to know how to mix Bruno Mars. They don't want to know the truth that it's a campaign.
Right. 3 things to do to write a hit song. Yeah,
the 3 things, the 31 things to read, you guys should check out Duffy Gaver. Duffy Gaver, that's the Chris Helmsworth trainer. Yeah. Chris Helmsworth. This dude is bad to the bone, and he talks about how they do it in the fitness world and how he thinks it's so detrimental. He says, Reebok and Nike want you to think that you buy fitness. right? You've got to buy this Bowflex thing. You've got to buy this, he says, fitness is not to be bought. He says, it doesn't matter what you do. You have to do it with intensity. Mm-hmm. That's all that matters. You don't need anything. So anyway, I don't know. I'm kind of on a little bit of a tear right now. And maybe I'm diverting from the fact that I feel that like I wish that I was starting music right now, but I'm not. I'm taking some guitars to the shop. I've got an isolation transformer coming. I've separated the guitar rig from the whole thing. And no matter what happens with the rig, we're going to be putting out episode 3 this weekend.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, either way, I'm rolling. So, and it's going to be cool. It's going to be, I've got that one little riff that almost sounds metallic-y. I'm just going to start right there. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to put down a scratch guitar. I was playing it again yesterday. Program some Superior Drummer. Play a little bass. Put some guitar on there. Maybe open up, a little Serum or Omnisphere. Kind of experiment. And just make a little 1 or 2 minute jam track. Maybe with a guitar solo. And that's it. But you know what? So my routine has been 5:30 in the morning. I get up every day, and the first thing I do, I wake up, I make my bed, unless my dog is still in bed or my wife is still in bed. Then I let them sleep. Well, I'll kick the dog off. If the dog's there, he can come down. I'll make the bed. Then I do the mouthwash, pee. Then I come out. I do all my stats in the morning. I check my Fitbit for calories burned. I weigh in. I have a little Excel chart. I'm all about the Excel now. Why didn't I get into this earlier, right? Mm-hmm. And then I read, and I journal, and I pray, and I meditate. So I've been doing 5:30. I got to push it back. I pushed it back to 5, or pushed it up to 5.
Yeah.
And then I pushed it to 5:15. But it's tough. My kids get up early, man. Especially Jake, man. And he meets you head on, man. So I'm there, reading about, Bruce Lee's methods, and I'm praying, and I'm writing this thing, and then he walks out, and he's like, "Can we play soccer?" And it's like, all right, hold on. So I got to get up earlier. That's the whole Stoic belief. That's if you guys should check out this dude, Marcus Aurelius. He was the last great emperor of Rome. He was about winning the morning, and I tell you this because this is a music website. This is a music YouTube. I'm a music guy. This is how I make my living. It's what I do. But I'm telling you, getting myself straight is going to be the best thing I could do for not only my creativity, but for my profession. And Will is officially vested now in the studio. He started here over 5 years ago as an unpaid intern. Not really. He was just studying, learning. He was going to Belmont. I shouldn't say that. It's technically illegal to have unpaid interns. I could have gone to jail for that, man.
No, because I got college credit.
Oh, okay. All right.
I got college credit, so perfectly fine.
You got college credit for hanging out with me?
Well,
Wow, what school is that you go to? That's
for the
rinky dink.
For the audio degree at Belmont, you have to have an internship to graduate.
Oh, okay. So. All right. Well, then we'll give it that. But then he started getting paid, and now we've officially got him fully vested in. He's got a set pay, and now he's starting to bring his own clients. He is evolving because this is the ticket, man. If you want to get out of school and think you're going to get a job as an assistant at Blackbird, I mean, good luck. Good luck, because that's that's that. Not that people don't do it, but I wouldn't. If I was a gambling man, I wouldn't bet on that. Yeah. You're better off being your own man, being your own person. So Will is doing good. So now, and see, Will dresses nicer to work than I do. I usually look like Coach. That's what my old assistant used to call me, Coach. Says, "Oh, where's your whistle, Coach?" Because I'm always, because that's a way that I hide my stuff. But my stuff is being revealed because we are moving on. And so this has been a weird video. I wonder if people are going to hate this. I would dig this video.
I would too.
It's a combination of things because we're not just...
It's a very personal and real video, though.
All right. Thank you.
I feel like there's enough fake stuff out there.
And so I got like this $25,000 Pro Tools rig, right? Everything, the whole works, kit and caboodle. Over here I have a laptop that's running GarageBand, and I have a Focusrite 2i2 little $149 Guitar Center converter. It's going in USB. The mic that's recording this sound is going into that, and it's recording the sound for this video. And do you want to know why it's going in there instead of Pro Tools? Because I can't count on Pro Tools. So, and I'm not saying it's Pro Tools' fault. It's just time to move on. So I'm staying with Pro Tools because I can't. My buddy Nate edited the other day in Logic, and he called me up and he's like, "How do people edit vocals in this program?" So I don't know, man. But anyway, I'm staying with Pro Tools, so we're just stepping it way up. So that's going to be a part of some of these new videos, too. Yeah. It's going to be watching, man. You guys are going to see some butt crack when we're down under there grabbing stuff, and they're like, if Will's butt crack, I'll get him. If my butt crack, Will gets me. These are going to be butt crack videos, man. Are you laughing with me or at me?
Yeah, with you. I didn't realize what you're talking about at first. I was like, oh.
Well, when you're down in the studio, there's always a little butt crack. All right. A couple other things I learned. Can't make beats. This is what I was going to tell you last night. Can't make beats. Maybe you can with the new rig.
Yeah.
You can't make beats with auto-tune on.
Oh,
if you have auto-tune on other things and you're playing live and you're running the beat out like... I bet this is why that we were having problems with the guitar. Because if I go into battery, I send out the kick, the snare, the toms, the rooms, the overs. So it's all stemmed out. So while I'm making the beat, it's busting through Pro Tools. Yesterday I was trying to make this beat and there was auto-tune on about 7 vocals. It was rough tracks. I hadn't edited them. I just threw a little auto-tune and move on. Please don't make a bunch of comments about auto-tune. Nobody cares what you think. Anyway.
The harsh realities of life.
The harsh realities of life. Anyway. Don't get me started on that, man. But listen. So if I have auto-tune on, the beat is out of pocket.
Okay.
Because I had a bunch of Omnisphere and Anna, and when I deinstantiated that, it still was bad. When I reinstantiated it and I deinstantiated all the auto-tune, it was perfect. So just for future reference, if you're working on a track, the vocals are done, but you haven't edited them and you just threw a little auto-tune, you got to commit before you mess with the beat.
Okay. Unless you
because it's out of pocket. So for me, working on it kind of didn't matter. I know what it feels like, latency, just suck it up and move. But the client was here, and it ruins the experience. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to say we're back because we've already been here, but I'm in a different spot.
Back in black, at least.
Yeah, so look, I'm dressed. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Will. Will is Will. There's 2 Wills. There was Will and Grace, now there's Will and Will. Sounds kind of, diggity.
We're starting a lawyer firm. It's always like...
Yeah, it's like when your people are dead, come to Will and Will. We'll help you with the will. What a name, Will. He's got... What's at James's studio? Will. Yeah. All right, you going to do the like and subscribe?
Like and subscribe for real content, real audio content.
Yeah. And some jaw whacking. But this weekend... I promise you, music is coming out. Yeah. I'm going to a tech right now. I'm dropping a couple of guitars. You're gonna look at them. We're ironing all this out. So you got to give us an A for tenacity. That'll be the end of that. Fuck, man, this is in the way.